Hi everyone, happy to be here in the art room today, getting ready to make some texture rubbings. So texture rubbings are a lot of fun, and we're going to actually collage them onto a paper that looks something like this. And it's going to have a lot of different shapes and colors and overlapping happening in the picture. And they are a lot of fun to experiment with. So gather your supplies and let's get started. Okay, I have gathered my supplies and set up my workspace, and now I'm ready to do some texture rubbings. So I peeled some of the wrappers off of my crayons. If you do not have crayons, you could try using the side edge of a colored pencil, but crayons really work best, so you can use them flat like this. I also have a material from the art room. These are called color sticks, and they are kind of like a crayon and a colored pencil mixed, and they don't have wrappers, and they're easy to grip and use as well. So I'm going to use these and some crayons to kind of show you the difference. And then I've gathered a bunch of materials that I think would be fun to have in a texture rubbing. So I have a feather, I have some leaves, so you could go outside and find some leaves as long as you have your parents' permission to get the leaves and bring them inside. You should be able to find some really interesting materials from nature that you could texture rub. Everything that you choose has to be kind of flat though. I had this plastic piece in my art room. It's for sewing through the holes, and that works great. If you have a bag that onions or apples and other kinds of fruits and vegetables come in, you could cut a piece of that off. I have a piece of yarn or string, a shoelace could work. And then if you have any construction paper or cardboard, you could cut it. I just found some scraps from the scrap box that I'm going to use in my collage. And then I found a piece of bulletin board edging, but you could also use cardboard, and in between the cardboard are these like bumps, and that is really fun to do a texture rubbing with. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. To do a texture rubbing, the first thing that you want to do is lift up your paper and put the shape that you want to have show underneath it, and then place the paper back on top. So you know where in the area where it is, so you kind of have to hold your paper still, and then you're going to choose a color. I'm going to choose brown. This is a brown crayon that has had the wrapper peeled off. I'm going to hold the paper flat with my hand, kind of open like an L. And then with my other hand, I'm going to press and rub the crayon over that paper that's underneath. And you can see the edge of it's really showing up. The harder you press, the darker it will come out. And this part is normal. That's going to kind of get overlapped with other colors, and I wouldn't really worry about that too much. So my shape came out, and that's what it looked like underneath. Cool, huh? Now let's try the yarn. So this is kind of a long piece of yarn. I don't need one that long, but I'm going to put it underneath my paper and kind of arrange it kind of like that. Then I'm going to put my paper back on top of it. Now I have to hold that down really carefully. I'm going to use a color stick for this one. And you can see right away the yarn where it's sticking up is getting the color, but it's also rubbing on the paper in other spots too, which is okay. We just want the yarn to really show up, so we press kind of hard where the yarn is sticking up. I'm going to move my hand over now so I can get the last bit of yarn really good. So you're trying to hold it down so it doesn't move around on you. Sometimes that can be tricky. All right, let's try a leaf. I think I want to put a leaf over here. So I'm going to put the leaf right here down underneath my paper. And I'm going to get a green color stick. And I'm going to try to hold the leaf down. Ooh, look at that. You can really see the outline of the leaf really good. You can see all the veins, all the parts of the leaf. Maybe even better than you can see it on the real leaf. That's fun. All right, let's try this material that's from a bag of limes. I'm gonna open it up and put it underneath, just like that. Okay, and now I'm gonna choose a color. I haven't used orange yet, maybe I'll use orange. So I'm gonna hold my hand like an L, and ooh, listen to that. Makes a fun sound. Now I'm gonna move my hand. Well, that really picks up the bumps of that material, doesn't it? Cool. And do you see how it layered right on top of the yarn? That's fun. Okay, I'm gonna do this shape now. I'm gonna have it go underneath, maybe right here. And I haven't used any red yet. Why don't I try this kind of pinkish red color? You can really see the tips of the triangle top of this paper. All right, I'm pressing kind of hard so it really shows up good. All right. All right, this is a fun shape that I cut out earlier today when I was making a collage. So I think I'm gonna put that over here. And so that will show up right here. So I'm gonna hold my hand flat so it stays still, and I'm gonna press and rub with the side of the crayon. Trying to get that outline to show up really good. It kind of showed up okay. I haven't tried the feather yet. Should we try the feather somewhere? Maybe in that corner? Okay. But I don't know which way to do the feather. Let's see. Try it that way. And I'm gonna use this dark green one. Ooh, I can really see the inside of the feather. It's a little harder to see those really light feather marks on the outside edge. But I can see them a little bit moved around on me. You can kind of tell that part moved around on me, but I can kind of see that part of it. That's kind of fun. All right, I haven't tried this one yet. So I'm gonna put this one, oh, maybe up here, going off the edge of the paper here. And what color would look good? Why don't I use my crayon, my pink crayon. So to get your rubbings to turn out good, you really have to press kind of hard, okay? Gotta put some muscle into it. You might find it easier to stand up and work. This one's kind of fun. Kind of has a circle cut out from the inside. So why don't I layer that somewhere? How about maybe over here? So I'm gonna figure out where I want it to show up, then put my paper on it. And let's see if that shows up with yellow. Oh yeah, I can see the outline of the circle right there. It kind of looks like the outline of a sun or something, doesn't it? It's fun. And see how you can kind of rub and layer the colors. You just want to keep going like this with all the materials you have. You can use them more than once. You don't have to just use them only once. I'm going to put this underneath right there. And I think I want to use orange. Okay. That shows up really good. So you want to search around your house for items that are pretty flat, that if you pressed and rubbed on top, you would be able to see the textures underneath, and have fun layering and trying out different materials. Hope you enjoyed experimenting with this today, and I will see you next time.